What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have got a Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks game reaction in which the Bulls pick up a rather surprising win against a fairly formidable team. Now, this game was filled with controversies left, right and center, but there's a key thing, in my opinion, that allowed the Bulls to pick up the victory in this game right here, and it's something that we sorely missed throughout the rest of the season, and one player really delivered a big time today. We'll talk all about it in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls game today and your player of the game as we win this game 108-100. And look, was this the most amazing game you'll ever see? Probably not. Was this a really deserved win? I would say pretty much. Is this a game that we desperately needed? 100%. Atlanta were picking up a victory against the Pistons recently and then losing to the Mavericks. We needed this win, otherwise we would have been on the same record as them, putting ourselves in even further jeopardy. Being able to get one step ahead of them at the moment is pretty much all we can ask for at this point in time. And how did we get this win? Well, firstly, before we take a look at the good stuff. It's very nice to look at the good stuff. You have to look at some controversy. And I would say the controversy lies within the refereeing decisions in the first half. The second half, it pretty much went for the majority of the Knicks' way, I would say. But the first half, there was big controversy. First and foremost, the Josh Hart ejection. Was it an ejection call? I said it the entire stream, watch along, and I'll say it now. I think that is the wrong decision in every sense of the word. First and foremost, it was completely accidental. There was no intent, no purpose behind kicking Javonte Green while he was in midair. Second thing, he's in a situation in midair where he has no control of what he's doing. And that, to me, leads to a very accidental call, a very accidental play that ended up in a massive ejection. Josh Hart is a decent player for the Knicks. He's one of their 3-and-D guys. The Knicks struggled from the three-point line today. Was that going to be the case with Josh Hart in the game? I honestly don't know. Regardless of whether or not we would have won the game with him or without him in the lineup. Keep in mind, Kobe White was out in the second half as well. So the playing field definitely equaled out, if I do say so myself, and the Knicks surged in that game. Whatever the case may be, it was an absolute disaster of a call, and it was definitely a referee main character syndrome type of call where they were trying to make things controversial and edgy and they wanted to be the stars of the show. That's kind of what I felt like. They wanted the cameras and the talk on them. That's what I think that call was all about. And I have every, sympathy for the Knicks fans out there, which is very hard to say because I don't think the Knicks fans are always the most lovable fans, if I do say so myself. I'm not going to name any people or anything like that, but in terms of this specific call, I thought that was a joke. And there was a couple of really bad calls in this first half, especially the second quarter, that definitely went the Bulls' way. So I can completely sympathize with Knicks fans in that regard. It's always easy to have a go at the refs when they're on our side. It's very difficult to have... Sorry, let me rephrase that. It's very easy for us to go at the refs when they are not on our side. It's not easy to have a go at the refs when they are on our side. I don't know if I said that right or not. Again, I'm still in the sleepy brain type of mode. But it's difficult. It's difficult to have a go at the refs when they're giving us calls. How often does that happen? But some of them were really, really bad, very late. And I just don't like when referees dictate games. I just want a fair game. Is that so hard to ask for? It feels like in every sport I ever watched, there's never a fair game ever. I don't know. It's frustrating. But again, in the first half, it did go in our favor. But now let's talk to the big reason why we did win the game. And it's something we don't see often for the Bulls. Again, we ranked 20th in defensive rating. It's the hustle plays, ladies and gentlemen. Their dirty work, their grit and the grind. This is what the Knicks are known for at the end of the day. The grit and the grind. Wearing down your opponent and making sure they can't score a bucket to save their life. That's what the Knicks are known for. But at the end of the day, we outplayed them at their own game. And the big reason why that happened was Javonte Green, ladies and gentlemen. The hustle plays he produced having a career night. What was it? 25 and 11. Fantastic offensive night. Fantastic rebounding night. But the dirty work he put into this game, it made us outplay the Knicks in their own game. It's as simple as that. We did what the Knicks do better than the Knicks today, in my opinion. And that's why we walked away with a win. Even guys like Drummond really had a big standing on the hustle side of things. And the offensive rebounding improved today as well. Like, genuinely, this is a game I don't think I've seen all season from the Bulls. That type of hustle, that type of grit, that type of determination, where it wasn't scoring, that was the difference in the game. It was the defense. It was who was going to work harder, who was going to dig down deeper. We saw a lot of heart from the Knicks today. They came back from a 15-point deficit. Jalen Brunson willed his team back in this game because he did not have much help at all. And my goodness, did we still end up walking away with that victory. It's a great one to have under your belt. Again, we beat another good team. We're known for beating good teams and losing to sucky teams. So, you know, it's definitely in the Bulls' character to win this game. But to actually see it happen, it's a big win. We stay the 9th seed. We're now a game ahead of the Atlanta Hawks. We've got a better record than them at the moment. And with 5 games to go now, every game matters for the Chicago Bulls. And I also want to give a shout out to the bench production today. I think Stacey King said something towards the end of the game. We had about 39 bench points to 33. Look, this is coming from one of the worst benches in the league historically this season. We are one of the worst benches. And I have sympathy in that regard because a lot of our bench players are starting for the Bulls at the moment because our key starters are out. Levine, Lonzo, Patrick Williams, even Julian Phillips. There's a lot of key guys out for the Bulls. So we don't have the depth that we probably need in that position. And I can completely understand that. But in saying that, to walk away with 39 bench points compared to the 33 the Knicks had, it was a close differential. By far, it definitely was a close battle in that regard. But knowing how bad this bench has been, that's a big result for the Bulls, and we got to take that in our stride. But the dirty work, the grit, the determination, the offensive rebounding, the hustle, that's what gets you the wins. Billy Donovan said something a little bit of time ago in an interview. I think this was even before he was a Bulls coach. I think maybe when he was coaching the OKC Thunder. And this is definitely a factor in how we won the game. He basically said 95% of the game is played without the ball. Everybody's trying to focus on what they could do with the ball in their hands, but not a lot of players focus on the 95% of the game without the ball in their hands. And if you can find yourself being elite without the ball in your hands, that's where the games are often won and lost. What impact are you doing without the ball? And that's where Javonte Green shined for me. That's where Andre Drummond shined for me. That's where the rebounding was really, really fantastic. And the boxing out and just the hustle plays in general. The movement without the ball. It was just a really different game for the Bulls. It's a game we don't see very often. And in that regard, Billy Donovan, what he was saying, obviously as a coach, he knows a lot about the game of basketball. What he said there, it's the first thing I thought of when I saw this game today. The 95% done without the ball is what got us the win in the end. So big thumbs up for the Bulls. Again, we know we're inconsistent. Next game, we could just absolutely go into meltdown mode against the Magic. But with that being said, my player of the game for today is Javonte Green. I want to give a big shout out to DeRozan for his hard work and efforts in the fourth quarter. Obviously, Caruso guarding Jalen Brunson all night. No easy feat, and hopefully he's okay. Ayo Dosunmu with a fantastic night as well. Really, really strong. Andre Drummond with a great night also. And hopefully Kobe White can recover from his left ankle injury very, very soon as well. What do you think about the win today? Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like and a follow. And or subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next Bulls-related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.